Concordia. Taoiseach, there's widespread speculation that you're going to appoint Minister Phil Hogan for the position of EU Commissioner. And I won't ask you to comment on that today, but there are a number of unanswered questions about Minister Hogan's suitability. And recently, in what is now a feature of your government, he appointed 7 former Fine Gael and Labour councillors to state boards, and he's also mired in controversy when it comes to the planning process. He's appointed as Deputy Chairperson of An Bord Pleanála an individual who is the former Technical Director of RPS Consulting Engineers, a private company which framed a series of controversial projects which have come before An Bord Pleanála. He also extended this person's term of office. Now, this individual voted to approve contentious projects on which RPS were consultants, which had been rejected by An Bord Pleanála inspectors. These include an apartment development in Cheannairí, a sewage treatment scheme in Donegal. He also approved a controversial wind farm at Cheannairí in County Laois, and these, Taoiseach, clearly raise questions of a conflict of interest. RPS consultants also advised EirGrid to install overhead pylons. RPS was also among the consultants employed at a cost of some 85 million by an Cheannairí, where 2 former senior executives of RPS now hold senior positions. So, Taoiseach, isn't it a case that unless these matters are clarified, that it would be inappropriate for you to nominate Minister Hogan for the position of EU Commissioner?
The government have changed the appointment of state board chairpersons and those who wish to apply through to the public jobs, i.e. website, for consideration for interest in being appointed to state boards or whatever. For the first time since the foundation of the state, persons who are deemed to be appropriate for appointments to state boards go before the relevant Oireachtas committee to bring to that committee what experience or what it is that they consider they would offer to the board in question. I think it's a case, Deputy Adams, of appointing people here who bring a measure of experience and additionality to boards. I note that your own party appointed the chair of Seafood Ireland, Ms. Boylan, who's, I understand, a very good candidate to do the job indeed. So I'm not going to comment on the first basis of your question.
Well, I don't think that's good enough. Taoiseach, the fact is Minister Hogan did appoint this former technical director of a private company to a very pivotal and important position. And, you know, he also, when he came into office, one of the first things he did was he closed down the inquiry initiated by John Gormley into planning irregularities and alleged planning corruption in 7 local council areas. Now, there's an issue concerning Donegal, where serious allegations have been raised by a senior planner, and in Wicklow, where the Minister has been made aware of extremely serious matters regarding planning irregularities, including the highly controversial M11 rezoning decision. And then there's a whole range of other debacles and controversies around Cheannairí, the Poolbeg incinerator. So when it comes to the nomination of an EU Commissioner, there is very serious scrutiny, you'll know this yourself, at EU level around their suitability. Now, shouldn't there be the same scrutiny here in the Dáil? You know, you talk about a new way of doing business, about transparency, about accountability. So would you facilitate, Taoiseach, would you facilitate a process so that any nominee that's been appointed to such a position could answer questions here in the Dáil or before a committee before we would send them off to Europe?
Well, of course, anybody who is nominated to serve from this country or from any other country as a commissioner of the European Union has to attend before the European Parliament for 3 or 4 hour sessions in regard to their suitability and appropriateness for appointment. For the first time ever, you have a number of representatives yourself out there and while they're going to be able to ask whoever is nominated as European Commissioner. They'll have the opportunity to ask questions in the forum that they represent, and where the Commissioner would be representing the country, and that's at the European Parliament. And obviously, all of the MEPs, of over 750, will have the opportunity to do that. And that's, I think, a 3 or 4 hour session, Deputy Adams. So no doubt, if and when somebody is appointed from here, you can supply whatever questions you like to your members out in the European Forum, and they can ask them there.
Thank you. Deputy Collins.